What's up, Gator Nation? What's up, RollinwithCarlos family? Today we're going to go and tell you the Florida Gators for the remainder of the season will be without two of their top wide receivers. Tank Hawkins had opted out in order to keep his red shirt and not play in one more game because he has already played 4 games in order to keep his red shirt. He cannot play the rest of the season, and he's opted out to not play the rest of the season. And I understand where he's coming from in the fact that the Gators are not playing for anything. They just lost blown out by Kentucky, and they are not playing. If they lose one more game, they won't even be bowl eligible. But another top wide receiver from the Gators wide receiver room now will be missed for the rest of the season after having a breakout game against the Georgia Bulldogs 2 weeks ago in Jacksonville in the world's largest cocktail party when Georgia plays Florida in Jacksonville. And that is Eugene Wilson III has opted for ankle surgery, and he'll be out for the rest of the entire season, which is the remaining 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. So he will not play. He didn't play in Kentucky and won't play for the remaining 3 games of the season. I'll go ahead and read to you an article and give you my thoughts as to why this is happening. In terms of Tank Hawkins, before I read the article, he's preserving his red shirt because who knows, he might end up going to another school depending on the head coach hire that the Gators make and how quickly the head coach hire is made so they can convince him to stay, and how much playing time he'll get under the new head coach. Once he speaks to the new head coach, Tank Hawkins may not be a Gator after this season. Who knows? Let me go ahead and read to you the article, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Gators wide receiver opts out of the season. Interim head coach Billy Napier confirms. Already down multiple receivers due to injury, the Florida Gators lost another wide receiver to an opt-out. Florida Gators 2025 season takes the final turn. One receiver has opted out to keep his red shirt. Sophomore Tank Hawkins, who has played in 4 games this season, will not dress for the remainder of the season to keep his college eligibility. SEC Network play-by-play announcer Tom Hart announced in the middle of the first quarter of the Florida game against Kentucky. Interim head coach Billy Gonzalez confirms after the loss that Hawkins had indeed opted out, but did not clarify if he intended to enter the transfer portal. Tank came up very professional. He came out and asked if he could preserve his red shirt. Absolutely, Gonzalez said. I said, I 100% honor it. So at this point, yes. Hawkins, a 4-star in the class of 2024, recorded just 2 catches for 16 yards this season. Should Hawkins decide to transfer from Florida, he is not eligible to enter the NCAA transfer portal until the Gators hire a new head coach or until the portal window opens on January 2nd. Florida players would have previously been able to enter the transfer portal after head coach Billy Napier was fired under the previous NCAA transfer rules. Hawkins played in 8 games as a backup receiver in 2024, recording 10 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown, and a 36-yarder against Stanford that happened to be DJ Lagway's first career touchdown pass. Hawkins' absence from Florida's game against Kentucky was notable due to the Gators already being short-handed at wide receiver to various injuries. Freshman wide receiver Dallas Wilson will miss the rest of the season due to a foot injury and will receive a redshirt after only playing 4 games, and redshirt sophomore Eugene Wilson III will not be available due to an undisclosed injury he played through against Georgia. Additionally, freshman Ernell Brown III and redshirt sophomore Aiden Mazel, both of whom are available against Kentucky, missed the Georgia game with injuries. As a result of the injuries, Florida is also looking to freshmen Mizzou Tenkara and Nashon Montgomery at depth pieces. You've always got to have a backup plan as far as being able to make sure guys can play. That's development, interim head coach Billy Gonzalez said this week. Hopefully, we've done a good job developing these players behind them to put them in a position. Hawkins is Florida's first public mid-season opt-out to keep a year of eligibility, with the Gators having 4 games left in the 2025 season, including Saturday's game. This was before Kentucky's game. And Florida, as we know, went on to lose 38-7. So Tank Hawkins is done for the season. He's opted out to keep his redshirt, like I previously said. And I understand where he's coming from, and I agree with what Billy Gonzalez said. Also, to update you guys, Eugene Wilson has opted for surgery. So he'll be done for the season. And he's having ankle surgery. So the Gators will have to depend on freshmen to play the remaining 3 games of the season. It was 4 during this article that was written by Cam Parker, because this was prior to the Kentucky game. But Eugene Wilson III, after having a massive game against Georgia, is now going to have ankle surgery, so he's going to be done for the rest of the season. So the Gators will be officially down 2 more wide receivers. And I agree with Eugene. Hopefully Eugene stays, and hopefully Tank Hawkins stays. But we need to know who the next head coach will be, and hopefully it's later this month or mid-December, and then we'll see what happens with not only the wide receiver room, but the 2026 recruiting class. I totally understand why Eugene Wilson III had decided to have ankle surgery, and why Tank Hawkins decided to preserve his red shirt. The Gators have only a bowl game to play for, and they cannot lose 1 more game. If not, they won't be eligible to even play in a bowl game, but they are not even playing for the national championship. So I completely understand. Leave me your thoughts down below, and like always, I appreciate your support. Like always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Gators.